Yay! We are live. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. I'm so happy today that I have a very special guest come to my page to share her experience, her journey to become a digital business owner. And for those who don't know me, my name is Jennifer. I come from California, USA, and I'm a mom of two teenagers, and I'm a wife, a daughter, and I live here for more than 18 years now. And I also a digital business owner as well. And yeah, hi sis, how are you?
Hi, Jennifer. I'm doing good. Thank you for
Thank
inviting me.
you. Thank you for coming today.
Uh-huh.
Uh, could you please introduce a little bit about yourself to the audience followers right now?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Today Jennifer invited me to her page here to share a little bit about my journey and about the online business. So I'm happy to be here with all of you guys. By the way, my name is B, and my nationality is I'm Hmong. So I was born in Thailand, and I came to the U.S. When I was 4 years old. So I grew up here um, in California my whole life. Now I am a mom. I have four kids. I have two boys and two girls, and my oldest is 14 and my youngest is 4. So before this online business, I was a dental assistant. I worked in a dental field for 13 years. Now I'm an online business owner, full-time online business owner, um, because some situation I wasn't able to go back to my regular job, but now I'm doing this. Other than that, my hobbies, I started liking to do like a plant, like have my own little garden in my backyard. So yeah, that's a new hobby that I like to do.
That's
And
nice.
yeah, I like
Yeah,
to. Yeah.
I love to do garden too. We have a
Oh, okay.
garden in the backyard too, and we have a lot of vegetable.
Yeah. I'm not good at gardening, but I have my mom, so she helps me. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
she helps
nice.
me, and then I'm learning from her. And then yeah, I also like to like go on nature walks. I love nature. It's very calming and relaxing, so I love to go on nature walks. So, before I didn't have time to do any of that, but because of this online business, now I get to do a lot of that. So I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you and me have a lot of in common.
Oh,
I
really?
love to go to the nature. I don't like
Oh,
the city. I love to go to the
uh-huh.
nature. I love to go hiking in a
Yeah.
mountain and like far away from the city. And
Yeah.
I love to breathe the air,
Uh-huh.
the plant, the tree. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it make
Uh,
you like feel like fresh and
mhm.
calm and kind of like inner like happy. Like I
Yeah.
I love that stuff. I don't know why, but yeah, the CD, the car, the noise. I
Yeah.
really don't like it. But somehow we end up here in
Yeah.
California. It's so busy all the time. Yeah, so thank you for sharing for your where you come from, your background. I just want to ask you, sis, if you can share with us, like, what is your like your pain or your struggle before you come into this business, and why you want to do this business?
Yeah. So the reason why I, decided to do this business is, um, well, I found this business on my Facebook newsfeed, and during that time, I wasn't like I was still doing my dental assisting job. As a dental assistant, we worked long hours. Like when I started working, I will work sometimes from 8 to it's supposed to be 8 to 5, but sometimes we work from
More.
eight to 7 to 9, because sometimes we have emergency patients, or we have to finish, fixing the patient's teeth with the doctor because you can't just, send them home, right? And
Yeah.
so at first I was thinking maybe it was just, sometimes, but, as, it was more and more, and, it was very exhausting because, I have my kids at home that I have to come home to make dinner, to help them do homework, and um, yeah, all of that, and it was a lot. And so, I like I said, I did it for 13 years because it was, I was, providing for my family, helping my husband, because, there's bills to pay and things you want to do for the family, and you have to work hard for those things, right? It doesn't just come easy. Yeah. And so, like I said, I did work in the dental field for 13 years, but a couple years ago, my health was struggling. So, I told my husband that I was going to take a year off to just take care of myself, focus on my health. And
Mhm.
so I took that year off. And so I was telling my husband, I was getting better, and I just feel so much peace, so more joy because, I was able to cook for my family. I don't have to rush all the time to help
Mhm.
my kids do homework. And I just think back realizing I was not patient with my kids because, all those stress from work.
Stresses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
understand.
so,
I relate that to that.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that year when I started getting better, I told my husband, I don't want to go back to my job because, my health is very important to me, and I have to, you know, sh- you know, take care of the kids, help them do their homework too. And, I'm very thankful that I had my job for that long and it supported our family. But we need to look for a change and find something that will allow us to do both, like to be there for our family and also to, help, provide for our family. And that's
Mhm.
when I found this online business. Like I said, it came to me at the right time. And me and my husband, we were thinking about opening like a restaurant too, because, my husband's been in the restaurant business for like almost like 16, 17 years too. So
Mhm.
um, and I love to cook too. So I told my
Yes.
husband, maybe, yeah, like I said, uh, we were talking about it, and I found this business. I was like, I'm not even in the, you know, right. I'm not even that healthy yet. And so even if we own a business, what if days that I
Mhm.
don't feel good, I wouldn't have the energy.
Yeah,
And so when I
I
found this,
know that. I know that if you own a restaurant, it's a very
a lot,
busy
yeah,
and basically I think you work more than you work for somebody else
yeah,
because I think you have to cook
yeah,
before you open the restaurant. So that
yeah,
means you have to come earlier than everyone else. And then you close that. That means you have to clean up and you have to do all those things
yeah,
about beer, about all the like cleaning, cooking, and that's is
mm-hmm,
I think that's a more difficult business out there.
yeah,
I
oh
know
yeah,
because of my friends.
yeah,
She owned a restaurant before, and then later on she quit because
oh,
it take all her time from her
mm-hmm,
family and it
yeah,
exhausted and she say yes it's make money but she cannot handle it her health not cannot handle it because
mm-hmm.
like I think they work more than 15, 16 hours a day
Oh wow,
for
yeah,
yeah for open restaurant from 9 to maybe to 7 at night or 8 at night some play at 9 at night
mm-hmm,
and if you the owner you have to come before that and take care of
yeah,
everything and then close out too the same way
mm-hmm,
so they work a lot of hour and yeah both husband and wife cannot handle it and the children don't nobody take care and then they not they come to the teenage age and it's a terrible like
yeah.
thing so they had to quit
Oh,
yeah
wow.
so I'm
Yeah.
glad you're not entering that field
Yeah.
because I heard about it and
Uh-huh.
it's really a headache
Yeah.
yeah
So like I said,
Thank you
I
for
never had
saying
done any business before, but I think I was just thinking like, when you own your own business and you could,
that. All
own,
the time
yeah, in
right
your own time. But like I wasn't thinking of that. But like I said, this business came to me like right at the right moment. Like I didn't know there was anything like this out there. it was something
Mhm.
really new to me. So yeah, like my number one reason was, my family, my health, and just life. Yeah.
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 I think you come to the right business because yeah, in our system like everything take care of, and then you can take care of the children when you still can work in
Mhm.
your business, and that's the amazing about it that you can carrying it with you anywhere, anytime.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I think you make a better choice with the business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just like want to ask one more question about do you have any like struggle or when you entering or when you first come into the business in this business, like
Hmm.
how you feel about it?
Uh-huh. I think, with anything that you want to learn and want to do, there's always going to be, struggles in the beginning because, you haven't done it before, just for like if you want to lose weight and, you have to, you want a good diet and
Change everything, right?
yeah, make time to exercise and, all that. And so, yeah, like I said, with anything, there's always a struggle in the beginning. But I think if you want to learn something and um, you got to surround yourself with the right people to help support you, and also, like you said, with the training, find the right people that already done it already and already know like the mistakes and know how to be successful, or know this, how our the people that built the system, they already
Mhm.
did all the trials, they know all the failures, so they know what works and what not
Already
works already.
testing it.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah, so
mhm,
in the beginning, like I said, we do, like you said, we do have a training that has video training, and I'm a visual learner, so the videos are really was easy to follow. So I like that, and whenever I have any kind of I run into problem with this business, they do give us a coach and a mentor and a whole community, because this is a global business. So um, we have people from all over the world that we could reach out to, if we have any um, problems, or
mhm,
need
mhm,
help with anything. So then in the beginning, like I said, I have 4 kids, so I do have to take care of my kids first. So I would, do my business like maybe like 2 to 3 hours, mostly at night when I started to set up my business. So I was uh, doing my business at night, and other than that, after like you have your business all set up. Now I just work on my business like 1 to 2 hours, like all together in a day, but like just here and there whenever
mhm.
I'm done helping my kids, doing homework or feeding them. And so yeah, like the
It's
struggles.
getting better, huh?
Yeah.
Because at the beginning, of course, it will take you like
Yeah.
because you knew, so
Yeah.
it will take you a little bit like time
Yeah.
with you.
Uh-huh.
But then when everything's set up and running already, then oh my goodness, I think it's the best time. Like you can have more time for a family, but
Hmm.
your business still running behind you and working for you 24/7, and that's
Hmm.
the amazing about our system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And like
I
I
agree
said,
with that. Like
yeah.
I did have struggle at first, like
Uh-huh.
because I had to work full time.
Hmm.
And yes, and I also have a kid to take care and my parents as well. So basically I just can like study after I done with all my family.
Hmm.
And so it's most is at night too, and
Yeah.
I
Oh,
like
okay.
spend only like maybe half hour to 1 hour, and if weekend I can do a little bit more. But yeah, I just say you very like little time of me, and then I can set up and running it. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think it's the beauty of this business. So it's for
Yeah.
everyone, it's for all people who are busy.
Mhm.
have a
Yeah.
busy lifestyle, have a children, have full-time work, like always because the training side is online. So
Yeah.
that's why you don't have to worry about like, oh, what time you go to class or something like that. And yeah, that's why it's flexible, and
Yeah.
that's why it's for everyone, that everyone can do it if you really want to change, right?
Yes. Yeah. Because you don't
So
have.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have the same, like you said, since I I spend not really many hours, it's like less than like 2 hours a day, and then I can do it. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think yeah, because you don't have that boss controlling you. Okay, you have to get it done by a certain time. You could do it like when you have time and work it around your family.
Mhm.
I think that's why so many moms in this business are very successful. Yeah.
Yes, because there's no limit, right?
Mhm.
They can work when they take care of their kid, and then they can work anywhere when waiting for picking the kids
Uh-huh.
up from school, or go to market or anything, like they
Uh-huh.
can bring with them. That's the thing. It's really convenient.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, and I see you like see you have that kind of I see you now is like you better with your health, with
Mhm.
your like you have more time with your family and for your children, and you
Mhm.
look so happy.
Thank
I'm
you.
so
You
happy
too.
for you, sis. Yeah,
Yeah.
and like last question I want to ask you, but I don't want to take too much time from your kid. So yeah, so um, since how long you in this business? By the way, I can ask.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been in this business for a year now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And so, you so what's the what's the result that you get, and how like any advice for the audience or any follow up minds for if one like they want to become a digital business owner?
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, since I've been in this business for a year. I know, like I said, this business, the best result, like I said, when for me, I think this business came to me like at the right moment, like at the lowest time in my life. Like
Mm-hmm,
I wasn't working at my dental assistant job, so I wasn't earning from that job anymore, and I was really struggling with not being able to help my husband. So this business, you know, came in at the right time to help me, support my husband with that, to
mm-hmm,
supplement our income for our family. So, that of course that really helps our family. And not only that, but coming from someone that didn't have any background in business or online, I was really scared and skeptical at first. It's like I told myself, is this gonna work, and so
mm-hmm,
I was really scared. But like I said, things happen to you at the right time, and you just have to, not let that get in your way. I think this opportunity came to me at the right time, so I didn't let that, fear stop me, not knowing, what to do, because I know that, anytime you want to do something, you can't let those fears. You got to give it a try. You won't know what's on the other side, right?
yes,
And so
that
yeah,
is so true. Mm-hmm,
yeah, and so since then, like my life has changed so much. Like I wake up with a purpose every day, just excited to work on my business, excited to, um, spend how I want to spend my day, like, go on walks with my little boy. My 4-year-old is still home with me. So we have,
mm-hmm,
I like to go on morning walks around our neighborhood with him every morning. And now I get to do that. And so that just makes me, brings so much joy to me because I get to see him run and be
mm-hmm.
happy.
That's great. Yeah, I
Yeah,
miss that moment.
yeah, and
Mhm.
so yeah, time with my family has really, make me a more my kids, even they're so proud of me. My 10-year-old always tell me, "Mom, I'm so proud of you. How did you know you, or how did you know that you want to become an online business owner?" I go, "I didn't know. I I didn't know."
Came
Yeah.
to me and I take action, right?
Yeah. How did you learn how to do it? I go,
Mhm.
I learn every day. You see me on the computer, I learn, and now I know how to do it."
Mhm.
And so, yeah, like, yeah, my kids are really proud of me, and so, like, we're always proud of our kids, right? Sometimes, yeah, yeah, and
But
now,
now you're not just like they brought you because you're not like you don't know about the social media
yeah,
anymore. You are like more an expert about it, and you can do like what they do, and they like
yeah,
it because you're not
yeah,
like old fashioned behind, you know.
yeah,
Yeah, I
uh-huh,
have it too because I'm not like I'm very low tech, and then I really don't like go to social media
yeah,
before I entered this business. Like
mhm.
I have Facebook like for more than 10 years and I don't really post anything.
Yeah,
It's just I have a picture of my kids and that's it. And then now I like everywhere I go, I want to share on my business page, on my profile, on my
mhm.
Facebook, and then yes, and then my when I go live, and then my
Yeah,
children just like, wow, how you do that? And like,
yeah,
yeah, you're very shy before, and then you never want to even like go to Facebook or TikTok or anything like that.
uh-huh,
And
yeah,
because they really love that stuff. And
yeah,
I said like, yeah, but then now I learn, I'm more confident, and I get trained
mhm,
to be better myself,
yeah,
to be confident. And
mhm,
yes, I become a totally a new person,
yeah,
and
uh-huh,
do better every day. And I
yes,
wake up happier
uh-huh,
because I know that I'm not behind.
yeah, uh-huh,
And I'm really glad that I take an action to enter this online business.
yeah,
And yes, I just have the same like you, like
mhm,
at first, like I don't know if I can do it,
mhm,
or I doubt myself. And then
mhm.
also, we are introverts, kind of like not really like one social media, want to
Yeah,
be popular. So that's the thing that is like we don't know if we can do it, but
yeah,
we did.
yeah, yeah.
We get out of that comfort zone. We take a leap of faith, and we are here now.
Yes, uh-huh. That's why people might be watching us and be in the same position that we were, shy and
Mhm.
scared. But that's why we're coming on here to share with all of you guys that it is possible, and you know yeah, it could really change your life. Just not with finances, but it will really help you, to see life, so different, and make your life, yeah.
more
Yes.
more
Yeah.
confident,
Uh-huh.
more positive,
More
and more
positive. Yeah.
grateful in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I learn a lot about
Yeah.
it.
Uh-huh. Not just that, but like, with all the skills that we
Mhm.
learn, like I don't know, I never know what a sales funnel is, and now I know what a sales funnels is, right?
Uh-huh. And
And
how to build a website, right? We
uh-huh,
haven't
a
know all that
website.
before.
Yeah, a website, we have the backend that helps us. So, that's, because we wouldn't be able to do it. We've
Yeah,
never
we
done
are
it
able to
before.
do
Uh-huh.
it.
Yeah.
We
And
just know how
yeah.
to like we learn how to kind of like send them doing so they can build for us, and
Yes.
step by
Yes.
step.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's we get trained, so we know how to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just want to say to those out there, there's, some people are always like saying, I've seen so much of this online business. There's so much online business out there, but they're
Mhm.
all different. You just have to find the right one that, will be a good fit for you. And, some other might be thinking, there's so much people doing this already, is there enough for me? Is there enough? Yeah. And I just want to let you go, that there is enough for everyone. There's so much,
Yes.
yeah, because I like I said, I used to think that too, but then if I was wanting that change, and I didn't let any of that fear stop me, and I'm so happy that I didn't let that stop me, and yeah. happy that I'm here
Yeah,
now.
I'm happy too. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like we have a like a global market, so you
Hmm.
really don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
we have
enough.
more than enough.
Yep. There's enough
Yeah.
success for everyone.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So already like 25 minutes
Oh,
from here.
we had so
Thank
much
you
fun.
so
It's
much,
already, yeah.
sis. Yeah, I had so much fun talking to you, and thank you for coming into my page and sharing your journey. And I'm really appreciate it. And I'm really admire you how you
Mhm.
can do the business and take care of your four children and family. Yes, I really like
Thank
admire
you.
that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not to like take too much time from the little boy. So yeah, thank you so much. And if you have any
You're welcome.
last words or anything for the audience, or you just want to we can stop here and say goodbye.
No, I mean, we shared a lot of, how this business changed our life already. So, if you resonate with, us, if you have, you know, you've been looking for that change too, this online business might be something that you want to look into and learn about. And the only way to learn about it is, we do have like a information session that we have a live Tuesday and Thursday. So if it's a free learning session, so if you want to learn about it, and you could always register on her website here, and just give yourself a chance to learn about it. It doesn't hurt, or you're not obligated to do anything. It's just learning. So I
Mhm.
think there's so much information out there. You just have to learn and see if it's something that you would like to do. And so, but just thank you for inviting me today. It was
Yes,
great, yeah, talking with you.
yeah. Okay, thank you, sis. Bye
Okay,
bye. Have a good
bye
day.
guys, you too.